For the past couple of weeks, our prayer time has been centred on Pete Greig's PRAY model. As hopefully you know by now, the P stands for pause. And I'd like to read you the first part of his chapter on pausing. It's something I know some of us will ironically want to skip over to get to the really important stuff. But bear with it. Slowing and centering. In prayer, as in life, there is a time to be silent and a time to speak. If we want to get better at hearing the one who speaks in a still small voice, we must befriend silence. If we are to host the presence of the one who says, "Be still and know that I am God," we must ourselves become more present. We expect his voice to boom like thunder, but mostly he whispers. We expect him to wear hobnail boots, but he tiptoes and hides in the crowd. We expect him to be strange, but he comes to us disguised as our life. The best way to start praying, therefore, is actually to stop praying, to pause, to be still, to put down your prayer list and surrender your own personal agenda. To stop talking at God long enough to focus on the wonder of who he actually is. To be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. I cannot emphasize too strongly how important it is for your spiritual, mental and physical well-being that you learn to silence the world's relentless chatter for a few minutes each day. To become still in the depths of your soul. You must seek solitude and silence as if your life depends on it, because in a way it does. When you are stressed, your adrenal glands release the hormone cortisol, which impairs your capacity for clear thinking and healthy decision making. But as you sit quietly, the cortisol subsides and things become clearer. The swirling sediment of life settles down quite quickly. You become more aware of your own presence in place and time, and of God's gentle, subsuming presence around and within you too. There is more, including some examples, practical tips in the book. For now, we are simply going to pause, to sit in quiet. Concentrate on breathing deeply and slowly. Breathing in and out is a symbol of how we breathe in God's love and grace and spirit, and breathe out thanks and praise to him. You might find it helpful to picture a scene from the Bible, the cross, or Jesus asleep in the boat while a storm rages, Jesus alone with you on a mountaintop. If your mind wanders, don't worry. When you realise, simply put those thoughts to one side and focus again on God. Simply sit in God's presence. No agenda, no lists. Put all your words to one side and simply receive his peace. That is all. Jesus is the Prince of Peace. If we want his peace, we must receive it from him. I'm going to leave the video running in silence, and after a few minutes I will return and say a closing prayer. So let us pray. Father, help us be still and help us learn to hear your voice. Amen. We spend something like 1,000 minutes awake every day. Do you think you could take 5 of those, only 5, and give them to God in silence? No agenda, no words, simply focus yourself on Jesus and learn to hear him speak. You may find it's one of the most valuable and fruitful things you can do with your time. 5 minutes out of 1,000. Can you manage that?